Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Jamuna Tira Vanachari Jayo Radha Madhava Kunjabiyare Jayo Radha Madhava Kunjabiyare Parivrajaka Charya Statara Satashi Srimat Avaisharana Arvinda Bhakti Vedanta Swami Divine Grace Lord Prabhupada ki Jai Vishnu Pada Paramhansa Parivrajaka Charya Statara Satashi Srimat Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Lord Prabhupada ki अनंत करी वैष्णव वृंद की नमाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की श्री गौर निताय की लक्ष्मण सिंह भगवान की ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की वराहदेव आविर्भाव तिथि महामहोत्सव की वराह द्वादशी महामहोत्सव की निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Guru and Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Om Jnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Jena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Sha Padantikam Vandeham Shri Gura Shri Juta Padakamalang Shri Gurung Vaishnavangsya Shahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanitangsha Namong Vidya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो महावदन्नाय कृष्ण प्रेम प्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामने गौरतिसे नमः। हे कृष्ण करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्तुते। तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तम श्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। So on the occasion of the appearance of Lord Baladev, we'll be discussing from third canto, chapter 13. Chapter is entitled The Appearance of Lord Varaha. Text number 22. So Varadev's appearance is very interesting, and his service is also very interesting. So we'll try to discuss. Text number 22. Drishta angushta shira matra anadganda shila samaha opisid bhagavanesha Jaggame Kedayan Manaha Drishta Angushta Shira Matra Anadganda Shila Mana Samaha Papisid Bhagavanesha Jaggame Kedayan Manaha Drishta Angushta Shira Matra Sanadganda Shila Samaha Papisid Bhagavanesha Jaggame Kedayan Manaha. Drishta, just sin. Angushta, thumb. Shiraha, tip. Matraha, only. Sanat, immediately. Gandashila, large stone. Samaha, like. Opposite, weather. Bhagavan, the personality of Godhead. Eshaha, this. Jagyaha, Vishnu. Me, my. Kedayan, perturbing. Manaha, mind. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation. First of all, this boar was seen no bigger than the tip of a thumb. And within a moment, he was as large as a stone. My mind is perturbed. Is he the Supreme Personality of Godhead? Vishnu. Purport. Since Brahma is the supermost person in the universe, and he had never before experienced such a form, he could guess that the wonderful appearance of the boar was an incarnation of Vishnu. The uncommon features symptomatic of the incarnation of Godhead can bewilder even the mind of Brahma. So today is a very special day, appearance day of Lord Varahadev. Varahadev Bhagavan ki. So his appearance is very interesting. He appeared from the nostril of Brahma. And the size was the tip of the thumb, very small size, the upper portion of the thumb. Then bigger, it become very gigantic. So the form of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is transcendental. Although he has assumed the form of a boar, which is not so wonderful form from the material point of view, because we don't have that kind of respect for boar in this world. But he has assumed that form, and that form is transcendental. Why it is transcendental? Because it is not touched by the modes of material nature. Janma karma chame divyam evang javeti tattat. Tyakta deham punar janma naiti mameti sarjan. The appearance and activities of the Lord are transcendental. Sometimes the Lord takes shelter of the womb of the mother, and sometimes he does not take shelter of the womb of the mother. Just like Nrsimhadev, he did not take shelter of the womb of a mother. He appeared from the pillar. And his appearance also is coming. And Balaram took shelter of the womb of the mother. Swadarak or Darak. When you take shelter of the womb, that is one variety. And when you don't take shelter of the womb of the mother, there is another variety. So Varahadev, he did not take shelter of the womb of the mother. By this you can understand that Lord does not need to take shelter of the womb of the mother, so he does not take birth the way the souls, conditioned souls, take birth in this material world. The union of father and mother. Even if the Lord takes shelter of the womb of the mother, he does not appear the way the conditioned soul take birth. It is explained in 10th canto that Lord appeared in the mind of Vasudeva. And from the mind of Vasudeva, the Lord was transferred to the mind of Devaki and entered into the womb. So this body is material and body of Krishna is transcendental. How it can happen like this, the way the material bodies take birth. So that's why the Lord appears. So here, so Brahma was thinking what to do. The earth is in the ocean. How to rescue the earth. He was thinking like that. Then the Lord appeared from the nostril. So when the earth is in disturbance, the Lord appears. Paritranaya sadhunang vinashayata duskrisam dharma samasthapanataya sambhavami juge juge. And it is also explained that when there is a predominant rise of irreligion, right? When adharma becomes very prominent, when the earth is disturbed by the sinful activities, jada jada hi dharmasya glanir. So when the religious practice, the process of religiosity is disturbed by the sinful activities of this material world, the earth becomes disturbed. Jada jada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujammaham. So Varahadev is appearing. Why? He is appearing to rescue the earth from the Garbhodaka ocean. So all of you know that half of the universe is above the ocean and half of the universe is in the water of the Garbhodaka ocean. So the earth merged into the water of Garbhodaka ocean. And the story behind this is that Diti, wife of Kashyapa Muni, wanted to have union with her husband at an improper moment, Sandhya. Although Kashyapa Muni was trying to make her understand that this is not the proper time, because this time Lord Shiva moves around, and if someone enters into sexual intercourse during that time, then Lord Shiva, what he does, he tells his ghostly followers to enter into the womb and take the body. So that will happen. So Kashyapa Muni, being saintly person, wanted to make her understand, but he was also agitated inside. So his words were not convincing, and somehow both of them entered into the union, and Diti became pregnant. And the problem is that this pregnancy was not ordinary pregnancy, super extraordinary pregnancy. Because two personalities entered into the womb of Diti. One was Hiranyaksha, another one was Hiranyakashipu. As soon as they entered into the womb, disturbance started. Before they came out from the womb, as soon as entry into the womb, all auspicious things started happening in the world. So when Krishna appears in the womb, all auspicious things appear in this world. And when the demons appear in the womb, then all inauspicious things appear in this world. Divine and demoniac. Lord is divine, his devotees are divine, but demons are demoniac. So, but these are not ordinary demons. These are very, very special demons. But they got this body. These demons are also not demons of the material world. They have come here to help the pastimes of the Lord. That's very, very important to understand. We should not think that Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are the conditioned souls and they become demons. Not like that. There's a story behind that. Very interesting story. That Jai and Vijay are the doorkeepers of the Lord in Vaikuntha, the seventh gate. You have to enter into Vaikuntha, you have to go through 7 gates. The Kumaras could manage to go through 6 gates. But when they are trying to enter through the 7th gate, Jai Vijay thought that naked children, there's some dress code of the entry. So they stopped. And the 4 Kumaras, they started thinking this is Vaikuntha, but they have material intelligence. So they are not fit to be in Vaikuntha. And immediately they become very angry and cursed these 2 doorkeepers to take birth in the material world. Again, this is also a desire of the Lord. Why? Because Joy Vijay were thinking that our Lord is enjoying wonderful pastimes, wonderful things he is enjoying, but he is missing one enjoyment. That is wrestling, fighting. In Vaikuntha, devotees don't fight with the Lord. So that rasa is missing. So devotees are thinking like that, Jai Vijay. And Lord thought, okay, so devotees are desiring, so I should fulfill their desires. Very dangerous. But here it's not dangerous because it's a spiritual desire. But point to be learned, whenever you develop desires, Krishna fulfills that. So we wanted to enjoy separately from Krishna, that was our original desire. And Krishna fulfilled that desire and facilitating in such a wonderful way, right? So many facilities for enjoyment. What a merciful Lord. We are revolting against him, but he is facilitating. He is giving all kinds of facilities to enjoy. But we are stuck because we are trying to enjoy separately from Krishna. That's why we are suffering. Enjoyment is not bad. Krishna is the supreme enjoyer. We are minute enjoyer. We should all enjoy. Enjoyment is the integral constitutional position of every one of us. But the problem is that when we develop the desire to enjoy separately from Krishna, that is the problem. So we should not have any separate desire. In Bhakti also, in 3rd canto itself, that when Kapil Muni is talking about devotional service is transcendental, pure. But it is written devotional service in mode of ignorance, devotional service in the mode of passion, devotional service in the mode of goodness, and devotional service in pure mode of goodness. Why devotional service is transcendental? Then why so many varieties, so many levels? Depending on the modes of the practitioner. Devotional service is divided. But the characteristics of this devotional service governed by modes is that the separate interest, separate desire. Although devotional service, but there is a separate desire. When the desire will be separate from Krishna, that will bind us into this material world. When the desire of Krishna and the desire of the living entity becomes one, that oneness opens the door of Vaikuntha. That's why Rupa Goswami is also telling, Anna Bhilasita Sunyam. We have to be free from any other desire. What is that desire? Any desire other than the desire to please Krishna is Anna Bhilasita. So therefore, we have to desire carefully. Dhruva Maharaj, He desired to have a greater kingdom than Brahma. That's why he is in Dhruvaloka. Although he saw Krishna face to face. So material desire is a package. When you go to the Lord asking for something, He'll definitely give that thing, but along with that is a package. This is a marketing strategy now. Buy one, get two free. So in the same way, when we beg something material from the Lord, along with that, there will be something which will come extra, which you don't want. That is the nature of this world. That's why intelligence is that we should not ask anything material from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's why Mahaprabhu is telling, na dhanang, na janang, na sundaring kavitang va jagadisha kamai. Mama janmani janmanishwari bhavatad bhakti rahita kitai. So you should not have separate desire. So here, the desires expressed by joy and vijay are not material desire. It's happening on a transcendental platform. They desired to give happiness to Krishna. They did not desire anything for themselves. That's why Krishna fulfilled their desire. But in order to make it happen, it will not happen in Vaikuntha. Because in Vaikuntha, that enmity cannot be established. Because if you want to fight, there should be some enmity. So he had to do something wonderful. That's why Kumaras came, cursed. Then when Kumaras were cursing Jai and Vijay, there was sound at the door, at the gate. So Lord heard the noise, something is happening there. Some noise. So he took his wife along with him. Because children should be handled by the ladies. Principle. Manager should learn. The Supreme Manager Krishna, he knew that Kumaras are here, they're children. So children are very nicely handled by the ladies. So good thought. So they came, both of them. Then Krishna, the Lord Vishnu, started chastising Jai Vijay. This is the way of disciplining things. And for Kumaras were thinking whether he is chastising them or us. And he was glorifying the Brahmanas like anything. He said, who offends Vaishnavas, Brahmanas, even if I do that, my head should be, and my hand should be cut. He was glorifying. I became God because of the Brahmanas only. He was glorifying the Brahmanas. And when the Kumara started hearing, then they thought, what's going on? He said, whatever you said, that should be done. It cannot be reversed. But you can adjust certain things. Then it was decided that 7 births as devotee, 3 births as demons. So Kumaras cursed like that. It's all desired by the Lord. So then Jai Vijay decided that better to take birth as demons, 3 births. So first birth is the Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha. Who is senior, who is junior? Really? Both are senior, both are junior. Because who entered into the womb first? He is senior. And who came out from the womb first, he is also senior. That's why who is senior, who is junior? Both. Right? But who came out from the womb first? Hiranyaksha. But Hiranyakashipu entered into the womb first. That's why he came second. This is the process. So okay, both are the brothers. And they got a lot of benediction from Brahma. You know Hiranyakashipu, that will be the topic for Narsingha Chaturdashi. Bharadadashi topic is Hiranyaksha. So Hiranyaksha also got a lot of mystic power and terrorizing it and also disturbing the earth like anything, exploiting, using all the gold. When you exploit the nature, nature reacts very badly. And that's what we are seeing nowadays. We should not exploit nature. Exploitation of the nature is not good nature of the people. So there will be reactions. There will be reactions. So what happened? The earth submerged into the water of Bhagavata ocean. So Hiranyaksha was terrorizing the whole universe like that. Then he went to Varuna. Said, I want to fight. Because the demons, they like to fight. There's always itching. Unless there is fight, they will not be satisfied. Some people have nature like that. There is fight, they feel something is happening. If everything is peaceful, what's going on? If everything is peaceful, they become restless. When something is happening, some fight is happening, then they become very happy. So Hiranyaksha was like that. He challenged Varuna. He said, I cannot fight, I become old. So I cannot fight with you. So there's Lord. So Lord can fight with you. Vishnu can fight with you. Then you can have a good fight. Then there was a fight between Varahadev and Hiranyaksha. And effortlessly, Varahadev killed Hiranyaksha. And before the killing, he rescued the earth from Bhagavata ocean and put into his own position. So in that way, the Lord does his service for this world very wonderfully. So we are very grateful to Lord Varahadev who rescued the earth from the Bhagavata ocean. So our consciousness has to be lifted from ignorance to passion to goodness to pure goodness. So if we take shelter of Lord Varahadev, then our consciousness can also be uplifted. So lesson to be learned that in this world, there will be always difficulties. Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, Dapur Yuga, Kali Yuga, difficulties will be always there. Because this is the place, this is the world of difficulties. But the nature of the devotees, nature of the demigods is that they always take shelter of the Supreme Personality of God. When you take shelter, then we don't become disturbed. There are different levels. When there is disturbance for a common man, that disturbance of this world disturbs them. Right? Then when someone practicing Krishna consciousness as a sadhaka, they tolerate. They don't become disturbed. Matras parsastu kanteya sitoshna sukha dukkhada agama paino anittas tang titikshasya bharat. So a devotee, when he is practicing Krishna consciousness, when he is practicing sadhana bhakti, he should learn to tolerate. And tolerance will come from knowledge. What is the knowledge? Everything is temporary in this world, both happiness and distress. So when happiness comes, a devotee does not celebrate that happiness. Why? Because he knows that it is temporary. And when miseries come, they don't become morose, because he also knows this is also temporary. That's why he becomes what? Equipoised in both happiness and distress, because the devotee knows that both are temporary. So understanding the temporary nature gives us the strength to tolerate disturbing situations. Then who has become very advanced in Krishna consciousness? What happens to them? He does not feel that there is disturbance in this world. Disturbance cannot touch them. When you remember Krishna all the time, just like Prahlad Maharaj, he was tortured, tormented like anything, but he was totally undisturbed. Haridas Thakur in Kali Yuga also, just 500 years ago, he showed how to be undisturbed, untouched by the disturbance. Nothing happened to him. Why? Because he was remembering Krishna all the time. So remembering Krishna is very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. So Haridas Thakur was chanting the holy name, and Mahaprabhu sent Sudarshan Chakra to protect him. So whoever is chanting the holy name constantly, Sudarshan Chakra is around him to protect him. And when he becomes more advanced, then Sudarshan Chakra also does not protect. Lord himself protects that devotee. So that is the power of remembering Krishna. We become fearless. Why Prahlad was fearless? Because he was remembering Krishna. That's why Prabhupada explained that when you're in difficulty, you should remember Krishna. Actually, you should remember Krishna all the time. Why you should remember Krishna all the time? Because we are always in difficulty. But sometimes we realize we are in difficulty, at least that time we should remember. But we can do that when we practice Krishna consciousness properly. Remembering Krishna is the only way to be unaffected by the disturbance of this material world. Then who has become more advanced, what happens to them? Rupa Goswami explains, when disturbances come to the devotees very, very advanced, that becomes different waves of emotions of love of Godhead for them. So very interesting. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu explains that. So same disturbances, but experience of those disturbances is very, very different depending on the consciousness of the people. So we cannot change disturbances. Disturbances will be there because this is the world of disturbances. But we have to change ourselves. We have to change our consciousness. We have to become Krishna conscious. When we become Krishna conscious, then we become undisturbed. So just like the Brahmin, the Vaishnava Brahmin in Srirangam, he was completely absorbed in Bhagavad Gita and he was totally undisturbed by the comments given by different people. But we, when we are not so Krishna conscious, if somebody talks bad about us, we become disturbed. And mind always goes, why he spoke like that? Why he spoke like that? I am so good. So when we feel disturbed by hearing that someone is talking bad about us, that is the proof that we are not Krishna conscious. So Krishna consciousness is a science. So we have to tolerate the unfavorable things and we have to go beyond that also. So absorption in Krishna is very, very important. That's why Krishna comes into this world and performs wonderful pastimes. Why? So that we can discuss about those pastimes and absorb ourselves in the thought of those wonderful activities of the Lord. Because we need to remember something. So how remembrance will come? When we hear and chant about those activities, then automatically remembrance will come. Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam. So today is the appearance day of Varahadev. So you can pray at his lotus feet so that our consciousness remains always high by his mercy. And we can go high and high and go to the highest planet, which we are discussing. The highest planet of the creation is Goloka Vrindavan. Then we will be completely satisfied. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Grantharaj Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Varaha Dadasi Mahamahotsav ki jai. Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Any question, comment on Varaha Dadasi?
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Guruji Maharaj, for the nice class. You're nicely comparing Varadev lifting Bhudevi to lifting our consciousness. Now, Varadev lifted the earth and kept it in the place, and she was very stable and happy. But our consciousness goes up and down. Sometimes it is high, sometimes it goes low. So, like a sinusoid, it's not stable always. So, how to make that consciousness stable? Not
Stable, sthai, permanent. So that will happen when we are free from anarthas. As long as anarthas will be there, it will be always waves. High, low, like that. Because we are having the waves of desires. As long as there will be material desire, we cannot have steady consciousness. That's why Prabhupada recommends we should come out from the anarthas as soon as possible and situate ourselves at the level of Nishtha Bhakti, steady. Anishtita Bhakti and Nishtha Bhakti. Anishtita Bhakti is after Anartha Nibriti. Ado Shraddha Tata Sadhu Sangha Bhajana Kriya Anartha Nibriti. And the final stage of Anishtita Bhakti is Taranga Rangini. Taranga. Waves. So we cannot have steadiness in our consciousness until and unless we come to the level of Anartha Nibriti and come to the stage of Nishtha. Okay. Next question should be how to come to the level of Nishtha. Very simple. We should be free from anarthas. So how to come out from anarthas? We have to associate with the devotees and do bhajana kriya. We have to be very vigorous in our sadhana bhakti without offense in the association of devotees. If we become offensive, then anartha nibriti will become very slow. And if we are not committing offenses, then anartha nibriti will be very fast. That is the system. Anartha is very powerful, but more powerful than that is offenses. Big obstacle. Sadhana, but still is not happening. Why? Aparad, and aparad. So, Rupa Goswami, when he was hearing from Mahaprabhu at Prayag, Mahaprabhu was talking wonderfully how anarthas and offenses are obstacles for the growth of Bhakti Lata. Why our devotional kripa is not growing properly? Because of anartha and aparad. Vaishnava aparad is like mad elephant, and there are 6 categories of anarthas Mahaprabhu has explained. Okay.
regarding this offensive mentality, somebody may have an offensive mentality towards a devotee or something, but does it obstruct him just having the mentality, or when he acts on that or does some offense, then only it will be an obstacle?
No, obstacle, mentality is also an obstacle. Offenses are the mind, offenses by words, and offenses by action. Because it will not stay in mental level. When you're nurturing offenses in the mind, it will come out. Even if you are nurturing at the mental level, it will act. Because it's very disturbing for Krishna. So you cannot be Krishna conscious. Papa in Kali Yuga, if you think, there will not be any reaction. But for offenses, reactions. Sachimata just thought. What a serious step Mahaprabhu took. As soon as you start thinking bad about anyone, Krishna will take note of it. There is separate diary maintained by Krishna for offenses. Sinful, Jamraj. Offenses, Krishna. Very dangerous. Jamraj can forgive you very easily. But for offenses, Krishna does not forgive. That is the problem. It's deep-rooted. Offense is a very deep-rooted problem. Sinful activities, very easy. You should not encourage sinful activities. I'm just telling. Get rid of sinful reactions is not so difficult. Very easy for Krishna. But for offenses, Krishna will not look at him or to talk about helping him. Ambarish Maharaj, when he was offended by Durvasa Muni, Sudarshan was behind him. That is the way Krishna treats the offenders. Not to protect, just to kill. So you have to be very, very careful. Okay. I gave a whole class in Surat on offenses because I was giving seminar on Rupa Shiksha. So they become so scared. They started asking only offenses. I said, ask about Krishna, not for offenses. So we should not be so much panicky, but we should be careful.
Hare Krishna Maharaj. In this pastime of Varahade lifting Bhumi Devi, Mother Earth, Narakasura appeared. That's what I read. And he became a demon because of his association with Banasura. But does it apply to the Lord children also? This how they can become a they appeared for the lordships, both Varahadev and Mother Earth. And they cannot be so flimsy that by associating with the Banasura become a demon.
Who?
Is Narakasura. How can happen to the Lord children? That's what my question. Association is so strong influence on the Lord.
Yeah.
Lord's children.
I have to
also.
go to Satya Yuga. Come to Kali Yuga. Mahaprabhu was traveling in South India with Kala Krishna Das. Kala Krishna Das saw some simple mingling with the opposite sex, Bhattahari. He became attracted. The Prem Purushottam is just next to him, but he is attracted by the lust. Association is very powerful. Krishna's teaching, association is very, very powerful. And Maya is very, very strong. Very strong. You have to be very, very careful. That's why Mahaprabhu, when he was asked, how to know who is a Vaishnava? Asas sangatyak ei Vaishnavachar. Stri sangyaka sadhu Krishna bhakta. Very, very powerful. Asat Sangha is very, very powerful. And they are very strong, just like Narad Muni is telling in 7th canto that demons are more Krishna conscious than the devotees. Right? Intensity of Krishna consciousness in the demons is higher than the intensity of Krishna consciousness of the devotees. Why? They are very powerful. Very, very powerful. Yes. Next. No question? Mic has been shifted to you. Question on yesterday's discussion, okay?
Like you answered one online question, why we have why we have come to this material world because of desiring to enjoy away from Krishna. So my question is, like, we discussed the four things when we don't have anger and egoism, and two more things I'm not. So we will be in there. These things are not there in spiritual world. So how come that? Because we have real ego there as a servant of Krishna. So how come we develop the desire to enjoy away from Krishna?
Because this is the eternal constitutional position of the jiva. We are the jiva Shakti. Tathastha Shakti. Tathastha means that independent desire is there. That is the way it is constituted. It's not applying to Antaranga Shakti, but it applies to Jiva Shakti. That's why that desire will be there. You can ask Krishna why he has created like that. But we are created like that. Because Krishna wants variety, so we are one of those varieties. If everything is same, variety is the mother of enjoyment, and Krishna wants to enjoy to the fullest extent. So he wants varieties. Okay?
And also Krishna says, like, when we go back, home back, and again we never fall down. So like that.
So focus on going back now. Why are you so much worried of falling down? People always ask, why we fell down? But we have fallen down, that's clear, na? And there's a debate, whether we fell down from Mahavishnu, whether we fell down from Vaikuntha, or whether we fell down from Golok, there's a debate. And whether we fell from Vaikuntha, or whether we fell from Goloka, or whether we fell from Mahavishnu, the result is the same, na? Right? The intelligent person will try to solve that problem instead of wasting time on that debate. It's a very touchy issue for some people, but for me, it's not that important. Prabhupada also never gives so much importance on this. Important thing is that we fell down. There is any doubt about that? We should discuss it. We are in Vaikuntha or we are in material world? We are with Mahavishnu or we are with Shirodaksha Vishnu? We are with Parama. We are in this material body, material world. There is no doubt about that, right? So why not solve that problem? That is the way Prabhupada always explained. But we somehow, because of our intellectual inclination, we tend to discuss those. That proves that we have not realized yet that we are fallen down. If someone is drowning in the water, he will not think how I fallen down in the water. What will do? He'll ask question, how I have fallen down? What will ask? How to come out?
Yeah, save me.
Yes, next.
So, Maharaj, the same topic, that it is also very clear that we have been suffering in this material world. Maybe we are just, going up and down.
But many
We have
people
not gone.
Many people don't feel that also. Sorry.
Yes. So that's the thing. If had you gone there, then the Yadgatvana Nivartante will apply. But you have not even gone. So how you can say that, I've fallen down?
No, another question. That if Krishna said, Jadgattana Nivartante Tadhama Paramamama, once you go there, you will never come back. Then how he came back? How he came here? That's the question, no? So it's a question. It is said by Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, Jadgattata Nivartante Tadhama Paramamama. As soon as you go there, you will never come back. The question comes, why you came?
Yeah, one possibility is that from the
That's
creation.
why there is a debate on that.
Yeah, from the creation.
So there's a good debate, but Prabhupada never gave so much importance on that debate. And there are opinions in support of different opinions. Okay. So Prabhupada never encouraged this discussion so much. And this is very sensitive in our society. Although Prabhupada never gave so much importance. But what to do? I can talk to you privately, but it's not a matter of discussion. publicly, because people take it very seriously. Okay. Hare Krishna.
Maharaj, that you are telling in starting desires, if you ask material desires.
If you ask material things out of your material desire, yes.
Then Krishna will try to fulfill those.
Not try, he'll fulfill.
He-
That's
he-
the purpose.
He will fulfill. So what about those desires which are not not strongly wanted? Sometimes it comes again after some time you will not think of those only. Sometimes it just comes and goes. It's not like you want strongly those things. So all are those desires also Krishna takes them seriously?
Yeah, he'll fulfill. He'll put a list, priority list, which is strong, top, less strong, then comes down.
So we have to
List will
go-
be there.
we have
Because
to go.
which is strong not now, it will become strong later. It's just a matter of time.
But in conditioned state, all such desires.
Yeah, there are no unlimited desires.
So
Some desires surface now, some desires surface in future, like that.
so then that desires will always be there. No matter.
Yes.
So Krishna will fulfill all of them.
Yeah, as long as you
Then
want.
when we will go back home back to God.
When you stop the desire.
Now till now, what desires have come in our life?
Yeah, that's why you have to uproot the desire from your heart. That will be possible only through pure devotional service. Avidya will be uprooted. Not only the reaction, who renders pure devotional service, his life is successful. Which ashram is not important. What you are doing. Love of Godhead is the solution to the problem, not sannyas. That is the Siddhanta.
That's the platform. It's always the desires, what you discussed about offense and the desires. Both are there.
Just like somebody asked, Prabhupada, I should not tell that here. But if you think that you are in Nyasta, then you are conditioned. You should not identify yourself with your ashram. You should identify yourself as a servant of Krishna. That is your real identity. Mahaprabhu taught us that I am not a Grihastha, I am not a Brahmachari, I am not a Sannyasi, I am not a Vanaprastha, I am not a Brahmana, I am not a Kshatriya, I am not a Vaishya, I am not a Shudra. Gopi Bhattu Pada Kamala. Yes, repeatedly taught us what is our identity. And when you act on that platform, that is perfection. Mahaprabhu was telling Sannyasi ki prem. I don't want sannyas, I want love of God. So you have to know the purpose. Sannyas is not a purpose. Purpose is love of God. Okay? Anything else? 9 o'clock. Thank you so much.